thought he was going to say something else, but man, he cut
it. Hey, Josh, how you doing, bud? We are live. John, how's it going, man?
Hey, guys. We started with somebody on the screen. How about that? Already spicing it up for you all.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Of course, none of these people are counting on the chat number. Of course not. Now, typical American is somebody that Josh Connor hooked me up with. And let me tell you what. He is a spicy little fella. Y'all are going to love him. Young.
Look, I just get passionate about our rights as U.S. citizens, and especially when people come to infringe on those rights, it's a bad day, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen. So I do whatever I can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, CJ put it in my Discord.
I got Will texting me right now saying he's gonna hop on and watch the live stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got his new grandbaby with me.
She's beautiful.
But I was going to ask you to come on live with me next Friday because I'd already invited Will and I didn't know you. And he said, we'll just switch.
Yeah, there we go.
Wondering American, how are you? John Houchins, how are you?
Donna, thank you. It's good to be in this live chat. It's gonna be fun.
Yes. We've only got 19. We usually have somewhere between 45 and 60.
Oh, nice.
Depending on how busy everybody is. Hey, G Girl, Carol Brooks, Donna D. I just saw y'all at CFP. I was still listening. Me and the typical American were listening.
Yeah.
Old Snafu's a talker, let me tell you. Let's see. Why is Snafu and CFP done with you? What's that mean, Karen?
What did you do?
What did you do? Hey, Amy Riser.
Uh-oh. Josh Connor told me I better hold on. It's going to be fun.
Hold on. It's going to be fun. No, he's going to be fun. Josh, he's going to be fun for our bunch. Hey, Bones.
Bones, how's it going?
Jackie Bird. And I didn't speak to Maggie Kangle. Is that how you say that? I screw up screen names. I'm horrible with it. Snaps is a loud talker too. Yeah, I can't wait to call Snaps and ask him about being on talking about crapping. You know it, Lexi with Bex.
Will jumped in.
Will Patriot. Will was going to be on tonight. He and Typical American switched places because Will sent me pictures today. He is visiting with a new granddaughter. She's adorable. Sweet Liberty. Okay, you drive safely. Don't you worry about chat. We know you're there.
Yeah, Sweet Liberty. It's good to see you. Oh, John. Will, you sexy beast. I agree. That is an attractive man.
You guys are a mess. I'm telling you what's true.
Yes, fringe. That's exactly what that means. Kentucky coffee, go.
Yep.
Lois, how are you?
I know, Lois. I'm telling you what's truth. I'm about halfway through Marf's live, and you know, as fast as that chat goes with the 3,000 to 5,000 people in it, I'll tell the other ones I've got to take a break. My eyes won't focus anymore.
Yes, Jeep Girl. Yes. Hell yeah. That's
spicy topics. Spicy topic. All right, we've got 29. You want to light in there? Now, Typical American has a new channel. He's a little under 300 subs. We want to change that.
I appreciate that.
We want to see how many that's not already subscribed that are my regular viewers. See if we can't push him over that 300. We're going to get him on here several times. There's his link. Miss CJ's already put it in there for us. But when you hear this fella, let me tell you, he's our new up and coming. He is going to fly past a bunch of us because he is spicy.
I
He's
just get fired up,
knowledgeable.
that's all.
That's all right. We like spice. We like spice. So tell them about you. I'm going to sit back and drink my Diet Mountain Dew and smoke my cigarettes and let you have the show.
So basically, my friend Ryan texted me one day. He goes, "Hey man, I just want a short little clip on what you think about this certain topic that we were talking about." So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. So I did. I made him this short little clip. I sent it to him. He ended up putting it in a video, right? Well, after that, I got to thinking. I was like, man, and he told me, he was like, you should really start a channel. He told me, I made a really good video and stuff like that. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot, right? So I did. I was absolutely horrible at speaking on a camera. My first videos are absolutely terrible, but go check them out anyway if you want a good laugh. Anyway, I started a channel on talking about defending the Second Amendment, and then later on we started talking about just our rights in general as U.S. citizens. So that's what we get into. That's the political side of my channel, and then there's some awesome gun videos and stuff like that. I've done reviews on CFP's fire starter kit. I've done reviews on one of the rifles/pistols that I have because of stupid NFA laws. And then, I have some videos coming up that are really awesome. So yeah, good stuff. I got a fairly new channel, but people seem to enjoy the content. So I'm going to keep going.
Let me tell you, this guy, the first time I saw him, Will Patriot invited me. I was just eating my dinner, watching his show, and he invited me to come on his little panel. Let me tell you what, there were 6 of us on there. I was the only one that wasn't waving a weapon around on a live. Let me tell you, this is a spicy bunch. Let me tell you, they believe in these gun rights, and they stand behind what they say.
Absolutely.
So,
100%.
We've got a lot going on in the different states with
we do it.
Mess with our gun rights, and you're well aware of that. Well, I want to tell a story first, though.
Go for
y'all.
it. Yeah.
Y'all are not going to believe this. I took 4 attempts at making a Twitter post. Left CFPs for a second. Thought it was going to be a second to post, give everybody an hour's notice that Typical American was going to be on, and we were going to be talking about amendment rights and infringements. Do you know Twitter would not let me make that post? 4 attempts. 4 attempts. It would not let me make that post, no matter how I reworded it. I had to just say I was going live, special guest, Typical Patriot. Rights. Period. That's all I could put on there. Censored the snot out of me because of amendment and infringements. Thought y'all be interested in knowing that. That's just crazy. Okay, now take off and tell us what you've got new with what you think they're doing with our.
Okay, so perfect example, Virginia. Virginia is literally trying to put themselves on the map as far as gun control. And they have literally gone to the point of proposing a bill that makes it illegal for people to form a militia in that state, which is a complete constitutional no-no. Part of the Second Amendment states that a well-regulated militia will be upheld, and that's part of the Constitution. So them trying to pass a bill saying that they can't do that is already unconstitutional. Not only that, they're also passing laws taking away the rights of law-abiding citizens to own firearms like an AR and stuff like that. They're going for it, and they're dare I say they're creeping up on California as far as gun control goes, and Virginia's not having it. Virginia's fighting back pretty hard. There's multiple counties in Virginia right now that are pushing it hard, trying
to hear.
Get that stuff repealed. So they've actually been coming up with sanctuaries for the Second Amendment in different counties, and they've been getting those passed so far. So that's been good. The only thing that's not good is we're not really seeing any legislative pushback on that stuff. So if you guys don't know, the two organizations that I push the most are Gun Owners of America and Firearms Policy Coalition, because those two groups get it done when stuff like this happens, like in Virginia, right? So they're working round the clock right now in Virginia to try to get this stuff stopped. So if you guys want to fight, they make pre-written emails that you can send off to your senators and your delegates, whatever. Anybody up there in DC who's willing to, or they have emails set up to where you can send it to them, right? And that's how you fight, is you let them know that this is unconstitutional, and then they'll either A, flip themselves, or they already believe in it, and then they'll propose it up themselves when they go and meet in the House.
Can you give those two names again? Can somebody try to catch them and write them down so everybody can come back and refer? Or we can put
it's Gun Owners of America, and then also Firearms Policy Coalition. Those are the two organizations that that I'm a huge advocate for, and just, check them out. Check out their websites, because their websites they'll tell you everything.
What was that group, the guy that was in Putnam County, New York? What was that group that was?
So Firearms Policy Coalition was waiting to see kind of what happened with him before they were going to represent him. But they said that if it did turn out that he was having his rights infringed upon, they had upwards of $10,000 already pre-staged for his legal battle, because they set up an account and everything like that. People were dumping money into like a GoFundMe, ready to fight this legally for him. Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything on this. But from what it was looking like before it went dark, nobody's heard from the kid since he got picked up. Nobody's heard from the kid. Nobody's heard from the wife. Nobody's heard from his family. So we have no idea what's going on in there. And if anybody in the chat knows, feel free to post that, because I would like to know if there is an update on that. But so far, I haven't been able to find anything on it.
Four Stroke, that's Gun Owners of America. They're helping fight these amendment infringements.
I am in Oklahoma, J-Stone. We just passed constitutional carry in November. Yes.
West Virginia passed it last year.
Damn it. I'm not cool anymore.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe as much money as they make on that card that they said, oh, yeah, now you don't need that card. I went through the class. I'm going to get it anyway, though, just in case. I
think that card's unconstitutional, but that's just me.
I do too, because it says we have a right to bear arms in our own Constitution.
Exactly. However, because not all states are like that, I just put in an application for my LEOSA, which is the Law Enforcement Officer Safety Act, which allows me to conceal carry in all 50 states.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you have to be involved in law enforcement to be able to do it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's just a perk that I get through the job that I'm in. So.
Oh, hey, through Jack's camera. How are you?
How's it going? Josh, I know where you're at. We still haven't gone on that date.
These guys are a mess, y'all. They are a mess. I'm going to get Josh on here one night.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've actually been on. No, our last one we were on with Josh Connor.
Mm-hmm.
He just ended up leaving.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was my Josh. And he said, well, if you'd watch my videos, you'd notice me. Well, I went back and looked at one of his videos, and I thought, no, I still, with the lighting where he was on in his house on the screen, I would not have recognized that was him. So thank you very much, Josh Connor. Forgot to tell you that.
Oh, no. That didn't happen. You know what? You're just jealous, and it's fine. I get it. I get it, Josh. It's cool.
Will Patriot says he can carry in all 50 states too.
Heck yeah, he can. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, it's been rough. Just seeing what has been getting passed lately. It's time for us as a public to really get in there and make sure that we're getting politically active, because a lot of the consensus today is that, well, you know, I'm not really involved in politics and I don't really care about politics, so I'm just going to leave it alone and let the government handle it. That is the absolute worst thing you could do. Absolute worst thing you could do is let the government handle it, because this whole government is based upon the people running the government, not the government running the government. And as you can see with Virginia, we're starting to run into, dare I say, tyrannical presence by taking away the ability for them to defend themselves by forming a militia. That is absolute tyranny right there. Taking away their ability to form a well-regulated militia and be able to defend themselves against the government is absolutely wrong and unconstitutional.
Every state has a militia.
Exactly.
Every state does. You know, they're not loud and proud, which they shouldn't be, which, you know, you brought up a really good point, or somebody did, because I was thinking the same thing. When everybody ran out to help that kid in New York, they went out storming as patriots.
Mm-hmm.
They, you know, we don't need to be flashing patriots around. They'll just think we're crazies. It should have just been citizens fighting for our constitutional rights.
Yep.
That's the way it needs to be handled, you know.
Absolutely. A lot of people, and I'll say this because, well, I offended somebody last time I said this, but who cares? We're on. In our community, we've had people, especially in that situation, they just stood back and watched to see what happened. And then when it turned out that it was not ideal for us to keep helping this kid, right? It wasn't ideal because of the situation that he was actually in, or that, as far as we know right now, that's the situation he was actually in. Is he actually just cried wolf, and he was trying to get out of domestic, which is absolutely horrible. You shouldn't abuse people who are willing to come and stand next to you to make sure that you don't have your rights taken away from you. If you abuse that, then people aren't going to. The thing we ran into is now, if this ever happens again, people are going to hesitate to jump like we did before. That is the most amazing thing I saw happen when that all went down, was how fast our community got together and sent people out there to make sure that this kid was okay. We sent so many people out there. And from what I heard, we had upwards of 200 people that showed up.
In New York?
Yeah, to make sure that this kid, and I believe, as much as the police say that it was our fault for riling him up like this, I don't believe that's the case. I believe we're the reason that kid's still alive.
Yep. Well, look at the man in New Jersey. They reported he had his gun in his hand, opened the door, saw it was the police officer, set it down on a table to his left, and then was arguing with them, you know, what have I done that you're coming to take my guns, because somebody yelled red flag. And that guy, they never reported, nobody, not his family or anybody, ever reported that man ever went toward his gun again. And they shot that man in New Jersey. He was 50-some years old.
Yep.
There was nobody there to witness that. So you've got this guy in Putnam County, New York, out upstairs, you know, on his roof, you know, in tactical military gear, but he didn't have anything on him but a knife.
Yep.
And they were going
Didn't
after him
guns.
because he had a 30-round mag, which is against the law. His neighbor turned him in over an empty 30-round mag.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you, him in that military tactical gear, he fought in Afghanistan. Let me tell you, a bunch, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but from my area, let me say my area, not across the United States, but in my area, we got a bunch of Barney Fife that needs to keep their bullet in their pockets because they shoot because they're scared. Let me tell you, I think a lot of these shootings because these police officers are scared. That boy would have been dead.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
those 200 witnesses, because typical Americans, several other people, that one group got on Twitter, the kid was on Twitter, boom, 100 to 200 people was there in no time witnessing that mess. How many police cars did they say there was almost 100 police officers there?
They showed up with an armored personnel carrier.
Yeah, they'd have killed that boy.
It's basically a tank without a turret. That's what it is.
Because he was an Afghan vet, they would have shot and killed that boy.
Absolutely. Even though he has absolutely, he had absolutely no guns or anything in the house. They didn't even find a 30-round mag.
And they had arrested him earlier that day. We never did find out why, did we? And let him go, and then came back after him.
Yep. Yeah, send him on over. I'll clean him for you.
Yeah.
I just got done.
Cheesehead Cowboy. Hi, honey.
I just got done doing 400 rounds through this tonight. And I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what kind of ammo I put into that thing. It ran like hell. I mean, that is a great gun. I'm so happy I picked that up. I can't wait to get a video. It's called an AREX Rex 01. I know that's kind of a lot, but it's based off of CZ99 or like a SIG P226, something like that. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up.
That's beyond my pistol knowledge. I'm going to tell you right now. I know what a Glock is and a 9mm, and that's about my pistol knowledge. A little different with the bigger guns, but pistol knowledge, that's about. What's the price range of that?
This I got for $600.
Well, that's not bad.
No,
that's a big pistol.
Not. And it's the whole thing is completely like hand built.
What size round?
Huh?
What size round?
It's a 9mm.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
9mm is so freaking loud.
No, not if you got hearing protection on. You're fine.
Well, I didn't have hearing protection on and was standing beside my brick wall in my house trying to shoot a possum on my porch, and my daggone ears rang for a week. I didn't have time to get no ear protection. I was shooting that thing 3 times.
Fair enough. All right.
It was up. It looked like it was getting ready to jump on me, and then it decided to play possum. I thought that was a joke. I really didn't know they played possum. And that sucker was just sitting there staring at me. I thought, doggone it, I shot it again. Well, I didn't know my son had put the shells in it that went straight through it. So now they're every other one. He fixed my clips for me. I thought, oh my God, I was just shooting through it, just hurting the poor thing. And finally had to go around and just get him right between the eyes.
Yeah.
And he fell over, but he was gone the next morning, so that still didn't kill him.
Fred, do you actually know what this thing is? Not a lot of people know what this is. I say AREX Rex 01 and they look at me like a deer in a headlight. I'm like, well, just SIG P226 basically. That's what it is.
So what's special about it?
Well, it's very reliable. I mention Military Arms Channel on my channel quite a bit.
Yeah.
And he did 3 videos on this firearm. One was a torture test to see how much this thing could take before it gummed up and just wouldn't work anymore. And it made it through the gauntlet with flying colors. It didn't jam up at all. And then it also got put through a 1,000-round burn down test. So they put 1,000 rounds through it in 15 minutes. And again, flying colors, not a single failure to feed or anything like that. And then his third video was the factory tour, so you can see how these things are made. And I'll tell you, as soon as I saw that factory tour and then already knowing what happened in those 2 previous videos, I was already sold on this handgun. I think I went out and bought it like 2 weeks later. I went out and bought this thing just because of how absolutely astonishing this thing is in reliability. And I got to witness it tonight because I literally put 5 different types of ammunition through it, including hollow points, and it didn't choke up on anything.
Gosh.
400 rounds, and I was doing, 2-round reload, 2-round like drills. I was doing drills with it, and not a single hang up. This thing, flying colors in my book. I can't wait to start carrying this thing.
That's awesome. I haven't shot my son's AR yet.
I love shooting ARs.
I've got to try that one.
I got my Bren 2 here somewhere. I think it's up in the closet, actually.
So go ahead.
That thing is a beautiful gun. I almost just lost my Rex there for a second. That thing is a beautiful gun. I just am afraid to take it out and really, put a bunch of rounds through it because they're not coming into the country yet, so I have no parts for it. So if something breaks, it's done. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So I'm waiting for CZ to start letting the parts come in.
Do we have any other states besides Virginia you're watching right now?
California, but even though it's a lost cause. I wish I didn't have to say that about California. I wish I didn't have to say it was a lost cause. I wish I could say that there are people there fighting to get things repealed. And FPC is still working to get unconstitutional gun laws turned over in California. So far, it's been very expensive for them. And it's been very hard because California is the way they are. Other states, let's see. The only things I know about right now are in Virginia and California.
Okay.
Nothing has really popped up on my radar because I think Virginia is a real hot topic right now, and it's kind of drowning out everything else.
That's my neighbor state, buddy. Hey, Wins 408, Alabama. I love our southern states. I love all of our states. Well, let me take that back.
I wish I could say
we've got one big, long communist state out there.
Absolutely.
So if we could get Nancy Pelosi shipped somewhere overseas.
Yeah. Don't get me started on her. She is the Antichrist.
I agree with you. Let me tell you what. I can't diagnose anybody without testing them, but I'm a mental health professional.
Yeah.
And just, those 3 months, deaf, dumb, and blind could look and see that woman is suffering some alcohol-related dementia symptoms. Not that I'm diagnosing her with that in any way whatsoever, because I'm not allowed to. When I do my mental health, I have to read out of this book. I can't, do it from memory. So just as a professional looking at some symptoms, that would cause me to want to do some testing and look at that diagnosis, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh my, and she's lost so much daggone weight that her false teeth rattle when she talks. She gets on my blasted nerves about I can't stand it. See, I told you spicy, and he brings out even more spice in me, but y'all have heard me say that before.
So basically, I'm a huge fan of term limits, right? And I feel like people in Washington, like Nancy Pelosi, need to be put on term limits so that they can get out of DC.
Will wants to know what kind of beer you're drinking. Typical.
What's that one witch? Dianne Feinstein, right? She's like 500 years old and still in DC. Like
500 years old.
She needs to go. She's like the crypt keeper. Like she doesn't know anything that she's talking about. And when she tries to bring up facts about firearms, she's completely wrong on a lot of it. And she just makes herself sound dumb when she brings up gun control and everything like that. She doesn't have.
Well, what about that Supreme Court?
Which one?
What's her name? The woman on the Supreme Court. I've done lost her. She's done been gone so long. I've got it in my head. She's dead. I can't even think of her name.
Oh, what's her name?
what is her name? What's the woman that's been embalmed for years?
AOC.
They propped up. No, AOC. No. Yeah, she is a witch.
She is a witch.
The old woman on the Supreme Court that's been missing in action forever.
I have no idea.
Bader Ginsburg. Yes. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. You know, where's she been? Ain't nobody said nothing. She's dead. They're going to keep it a secret that she's dead, hoping they can keep Trump from being in so he can't appoint another conservative justice, period. That's all that's going on with old Ruth. She's done being dead. Guarantee you. And if she's not, they've got her on freaking life support, keeping her alive. And then the minute the election's over, they're going to pull that plug. That's my opinion on that. Go ahead.
Every time something gets pointed out that makes the Democrats look bad or the far left, they immediately start screaming impeachment. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, because I've noticed it multiple times. Every time, like, so what was it last time they were screaming impeachment? I think it was during the Clinton investigation.
Yes.
So as soon as Clinton's investigation got brought up, they were like, "Oh, impeach 45," you know, because Maxine Waters. But God, I hate her too. Anyway,
we need you and Josh and Will and Central Florida Prepper on here talking about these witches in Washington. Wouldn't y'all like that? That'd be a good show, wouldn't it? I wouldn't even put me on screen. Let's just fill the screen up and I'll just sit back and let y'all talk and I'd be clapping.
Josh, I'm drinking Michelob Ultra. It's that pure gold stuff. I just thought I'd give that one a try. So that's what I'm drinking, if you're asking. I know you.
Yeah, I told him I didn't care if he drank beer. I smoke on screen.
I got you, Josh. I found it.
I got something for the witches. Will Patriot says.
It's a tomahawk.
Lord. They're a mess. But yeah. Any other amendments you think they're trampling all over?
All of them.
Yeah, well.
They called the Constitution an outdated document and that it needs to go away.
Who said that?
It was, God, what was it? It was it was Nancy Pelosi. And I think it was during the House meeting for their gun control package that was going up.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? And let me tell you what. Last week, when those doggone hearings was going on, I was trying to get a hold of Nancy Pelosi's office and old Shifty Schiff's office. Their answering machines are full, and nobody's answering their phones. They ain't going to listen to no blasted body.
No.
She said that our Constitution is outdated because we have rights. It gives us rights. I mean, come on now. Listen to what he's saying.
They don't want us to have rights. And let me tell you, the biggest enemy to our rights right now is someone who just popped into the presidential race. Michael Bloomberg is now in the presidential race.
He is?
People should not be able to buy their way into the presidency.
No. Well, they all, in a way, buy their way in.
No, I understand this, but it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't have to pay all this money to get elected for a presidency, right? Because when it all started, you think all these people that, like, you know, the first 5 presidents, let's just go with that. The first 5 presidents, you think those guys were millionaires or even close to what that was back then? No, these guys were ordinary people. Now, George Washington, he was a general in the army before, which made him a respectable person to be able to get put into that position, right? But he'd also fought wars and knew what that was all about. So I understand why he was put as the first president. Now, you have people like Michael Bloomberg who have no idea what that even means. And they're going up for the presidency because they have money.
There are videos of Trump being active in the Republican convention for the last 30 years or more.
Mhm.
He has kept up with the politics. Yeah, he played both sides. He used every loophole there was to his advantage. Okay, it's there, use it. He's a businessman. I mean, come on. But
Yeah, absolutely.
what has Bloomberg had anything to do with politics?
Fringe, that was absolute fact. We have not.
What Fringe say?
We haven't had
No.
anybody respectable in a while.
No.
One thing I will say is Trump did something that I haven't seen people do in a long time, and he went out to Bagram Air Base, where my brother's at right now, and he went out there and served food to the soldiers for Thanksgiving and stuff like that, which I thought was awesome.
That is awesome.
What I thought was funny is that in the morning before he started serving food, he sent his motorcade out to a golf course. And the media got all up in arms like, oh, Trump is going to the golf course and he's going to go play golf while these soldiers are sitting back here. No, he sent his security to go play golf while he served lunch to the soldiers.
Oh, I have not had my TV on. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And he made the media look like a bunch of idiots because they thought he was going to play golf. I love when he does stuff like that. I love
y'all
when
see where his wife, the principal of some high school, allowed POTUS to be booed by a bunch of high school kids? She held herself, gave her a little speech. She did good. I'd turned around and walked off stage, but she did the right thing.
Going back into it, Michael Bloomberg is the biggest threat to the Second Amendment. He is I can attest to this because I just left the state that he practically rules. Washington State, he's completely ruined as far as the Second Amendment goes. And it's just because he can throw money at any legislation that goes up that is anti-gun.
Mod, y'all go. The mod chat just dropped for Marv, but I'm going to hang on a little bit here because that can go another 30 minutes before Marv actually goes live. So
okay.
Go ahead.
He throws millions of dollars at anti-gun legislation to back it. And he does it, and he basically has told I forget what news company it was, but he basically said that the Second Amendment is the first one that's going to go when he's the president.
Bloomberg said that?
Yes. He does not care. He thinks that the Second Amendment is
the real truth.
Yeah.
I used to only smoke when I was in the live.
He thinks that the Second Amendment is outdated. He thinks that it creates issues. He says it creates more crime, which is anyway.
You imagine if you had the entire United States that they took the Second Amendment away. None of us can own guns, but the crooks are always going to be able to get them through the cartels, through
100%.
whatever means. We're just a bunch of damn sitting ducks.
Yep. 100%. They want us to be disarmed so that they can pass laws to take away the rest of our freedoms. That's the reason why we have the Second Amendment in the first place, is to protect the rest of
us. To get a gun.
The Second Amendment is a directive to keep the rest of our rights intact, right? Which is why it is such a big push for them to try and take away the Second Amendment, because that is the only thing that they fear. They fear the people being armed. That is the only thing that stops them from being able to pass anything that takes away the rest of them, right?
They're afraid we're getting to the point that we will listen to that Constitution and we will oust that government.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what they're afraid of.
Which is why they're calling people, homegrown terrorists now?
Good bones.
People that believe in the Constitution are now homegrown terrorists.
Yes.
What kind of bullshit is that? The very thing that this country was founded upon is now being demonized.
If you call yourself a patriot, you're automatically a homegrown terrorist.
100%.
Your flag behind you makes you a homegrown terrorist.
100%.
Our flag, our nation's flag, makes him a homegrown terrorist. You think
It's
about
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. People that love this country are now being cast aside and demonized as basically homegrown terrorists. I'll just say that. They call us radicals, extremists. We've been called extremists. It's just absolutely unbelievable. They called the NRA a terrorist organization.
I will. Yes.
I don't like the NRA by any means because they've sold us out more times than I can count. The NRA is completely corrupt, and they've done more damage.
I did a show that showed a clip of a rabbi that said that, and I want to be careful of some of my words that I use, that the Israeli population that's not, their religion, that's a little radical, that's creating some problems.
Mm.
They have their group as leader. They're leaders in the NRA. So they're set up to sell us out. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry. I'm looking into the chat. I didn't catch that. What's up?
Not the Jewish population, but their counterpart that claims to be, that's a little radical. They're supposed to be part of the leadership of the NRA.
Yeah, I can't really get into that. It's unfortunate that the leadership in the NRA, they were basically funneling all the funds of people donating to their organization to their own bank accounts. And that's a huge reason why I won't support them.
Wait a minute, Will, don't leave. Did somebody listen? I don't mind if Will gets spicy. I invited him on here.
Fringe, you said you were working on your Kentucky coffee. I want a Kentucky coffee. Nobody ever pays me in Kentucky coffee.
Yeah, Will's spicy. We're going to have Will on next week, and he's going to be spicy on camera, and whatever he's going to say on camera, he can say in chat. I don't care. As long as, Will's not a troll. The trolls, I don't want them to say anything they want to say. But Will's part of our bunch. I invited him to come back, so he can say whatever he wants to. I don't care. Don't bother me none. I'm not monetized yet. They'll probably take me down because I won't monetize. Okay.
I don't ever plan on being monetized by YouTube, just for the sheer fact that I don't want to take money from a anti-Second Amendment company. They've proved that beyond belief.
Well, they're censoring us like crazy anyway.
Mm-hmm. Basically, between them and the companies that they're affiliated with, I won't take any money from them, and that's why I went over to Patreon. That way, if my supporters want to keep the channel going and help me support the channel, they can head over to Patreon and do that. That's just an option for them, and that's how I plan to monetize my channel, not through YouTube. So that's just that was my route, why I took that. I just don't want to be involved with YouTube in that capacity. So that and staying unmonetized apparently is probably the best option right now as far as what's coming down the pipe for their COPA, or I'm saying that right?
Yeah, that involves the under 13, but
Yeah.
the rest of it is if you can't bring them revenue, they're going to start taking channels down. Well, if you can't bring them revenue, what first channels they going to take down? Us, the ones that they want to control because we could organize.
Oh, good.
There's
You know
Will.
what?
Will's all right. He gets spicy. That's okay. Girls and guys, he's okay. He texted me what he said. It was all right.
Where am I out of? Rip. I'm out of Oregon. Actually, that's where I'm from. I had to leave the West Coast.
Glad because that Cascadia mess.
The West Coast is literally just turning into California. Like they're just a mess over there. I can't deal with that, and the fact that Michael Bloomberg, like I said, he ruined Washington. You're from Medford, Rip? You know what?
I was going to say, I thought Rip Curl was from Oregon.
Rip, I'm going to get your info. Can I get his information? How do I get you know what? If
Rip
you can,
Curl, is it all right if I give Typical American your phone number? Yes, he's already put your phone number.
I'm literally going to be in Oregon tomorrow.
Oh, he's going to be in Oregon tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be in Oregon for a week. So if you want to meet up, and talk shop.
Rip Curl's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yep, he's a good guy. All right, I will do that, Rip Curl.
Yes. All right. Awesome. I love it when I get to meet up with viewers of the channel. You know what's funny is Josh Connor was a viewer of the channel. Now that he's got his own channel, he's got things going on. But I'm actually going to meet up with him here at some point. Whenever he decides to go and shop for handguns, we're going to go look at handguns together so that I can help him out in that department. Yes, Will is very fired up, but I love it. I love it when Will gets fired up.
It's a shame Will couldn't come on the screen tonight, doggone it. He's fired up. Get you all fired up. Y'all carry on crazy. Listen, I'm not worried. You have never heard or seen the way these guys carry on their channel. If they're not going to be, if they're not taken down already, they're not going to be taken down yet. So let me tell you, y'all ain't seen nothing.
So I got some really good videos coming up, and basically on what's going on in Virginia. We're doing a full review on that pistol that I showed you guys earlier, and then also a full review on the bolt gun back there. And whenever I can actually finish gunsmithing my 22 to make that work again, because that thing does not work. Yeah, that's fun. We noticed that the feed ramp was all gouged out, so rounds aren't being fed into the chamber, which is awesome. It's good stuff. It's a very old 22. It was my grandfather's. It's been passed down in the family forever. Who's talking about Texas just now? I'm actually coming into Texas in February. I'll be in Texas.
Cool. You travel a lot.
I do.
Is it for work or, I mean, you don't have to tell us anything, but.
Actually, so I'm going to Oregon so that my daughter can meet my son.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a 7-year-old son from my previous marriage. And then I have a daughter, a 1-year-old daughter as well. So they haven't met yet. And so this is going to be really awesome for them. My son's really excited. And Magic, I'm going to be down in Corpus Christi is where I'm headed. Yeah, so that's why I'm going home. This is my holiday vacation, basically, is for the week. because I wasn't able to get Christmas off or anything like that. So, but yeah, I'm going home for a week so that my kids can meet each other and then hang out with family and stuff, because that's originally where I'm from. But I gotta get out. I'm never gonna go back to Oregon. I'm never going back to the West Coast.
I'm glad. What do you think about that Cascadia subduction mess? Even the USGS is getting on that now.
I don't really have any comments on it. It's just kind of, it is a mess. I will give you that. It's a mess.
I think if nothing else, they'll pop it off.
Probably. Good deal. Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to go home. And just so that they can meet each other. That's huge for me. So if you guys haven't seen my kids, and you're interested, I have an Instagram, Typical American 1776. You can go over there, check them out. I got a lot of stuff. So I got a Patreon account, I got an Instagram account, just so that I can keep my viewers like engaged in what's going on. I put a lot of behind the scenes stuff up there on those venues. If Instagram doesn't ban me, I think I've been banned on Instagram like 10 times already. So
yeah, it's telling me that for the show.
Yeah, 10 times. Hell yeah, Will, we're still on for coffee.
Yes, he was telling me about that.
I love that.
They're going to be on at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Will Patriot and Typical American on Will's show or your show? Whose show?
Will's taking it this time, so we're kind of just alternating.
Okay, on Will's show.
Yep.
10 o'clock coffee with Will and Typical American. Y'all want to check that out. I told him Marv keeps us up late. I'll probably be asleep, but I watched the replay last week. It's good.
Hey, Fringe Files started following me. It's got the notification on my phone. Yeah, I love morning coffee. That's a lot of people got a lot of good feedback from that one. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things to do now is just sit and have coffee with Will. Fringe, we're not having Kentucky coffee in the morning.
What is Kentucky coffee?
I'll let Fringe explain that one.
Does it got booze in it?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
or is it booze?
Josh is getting jealous about our date, mine and Will's date. I'm sorry, man. Look, if you're more than welcome to come on. Oh, lost you guys there for a second.
You're here. We see you.
Cool.
We didn't lose you.
Now I gotta. Yeah, I can't do that. See, I can't wait till after 1 p.m. because I got a flight to catch tomorrow.
Oh, what time's your flight? That's so exciting.
It's in the afternoon. It's around 3 p.m. That's when I have to be there because I got to get my handgun all checked in to the airport and everything like that, so they can, hopefully there's no rubber gloves involved. That'll be uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
Just because I'm traveling with a firearm.
Let's see. I'm getting ready. Before I forget, I'm getting ready to. Oh my gosh, I missed that. I gotta look that title of somebody that's coming live. Y'all gotta hear that. Let's see.
4.5 earthquake in Port Orford, Oregon. That's crazy.
Here is Rip Curl's information. I just texted to you.
Awesome.
I was afraid I'd forget. Oh, I was going to look up that title.
Naturally Custom. I have never traveled with a handgun before. This is going to be a first for me.
I wonder how that's going to work out.
Hopefully smooth. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm subscribed, but somebody is it's already down. Didn't work out. Somebody was going to do sex within prepper groups live.
Yes.
Oh, mercy. Talk about a spicy topic. Lord, I thought we were being spicy.
I just want to say that if I do get cavity searched, I'd rather they wear gloves. Just saying.
Oh, absolutely. I don't
No,
not believe I'd leave that daggone pistol home.
he said real men don't wear gloves. I was like, maybe in that situation.
So real men don't use their hands or something.
No, they
So
wear mittens. Yeah, you're right, JT.
tell us a little bit of something about where your plans are to take your channel and the kinds of topics you're going to cover, besides
We're
just
going
the
to be
rights.
doing a lot of firearms reviews, a lot of gear reviews associated with firearms, holsters, flashlights, stuff like that. We're getting right into that one. That's the fun stuff I like to do, right? It's when gun control starts getting passed that I have to delve into the political side and make sure that people know what's going on. I feel like that's more work than what I actually enjoy to do, but I do it because I know that people need to know what's going on up there. But the fun stuff that I like to do are the firearms reviews, going out to the range. I have a few people associated with this channel right now. A couple friends that I work with, they come out to the range with me, and I get them on the camera too. They're completely camera shy. Logan's the worst. Logan's this big 250-pound muscle dude, and he's afraid of a camera. So
Listen, if I can get in front of this camera, anybody can.
yeah, he's a good guy though. I love him.
I wouldn't even let my family take holiday pictures with me in them. Let me tell you. And then I go live on YouTube. And it's like, what?
And I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, but I think when I get home, I might do some like family stuff, do some videos with the family, like just kind of like some regular relaxed videos, kind of just introduce people and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm going to, it kind of depends on how my family feels about it, but just kind of give like an inside thing to viewers, kind of see that I have a family as well and in actual life other than reviewing firearms. So
cool. Yeah, Bones, one of my mods, he's a truck driver, and he was in a wreck and got stuck a mile away from me. So I went and picked him up and fed him dinner several nights. And let me tell you what, it would take him 15 minutes to get out of that truck and get his stuff in my truck. He's got a bug out bag, he's got a weapons bag, he's got a knife bag, flashlight
my
bag.
bug out bag back there.
Oh my gosh, in heaven, I'm telling you, he's got a month's worth of food in that truck. If something happens while he's on the road, he is prepared. Nobody better come mess with him.
Basically, I know a lot of people are asking like how you travel with a firearm. You have to have a good case, right? Depending on what you're traveling with, I'll just use my handgun as an example, right? I went and bought a Vault pistol case by Pelican, and it meets all TSA's requirements and then some. So that's what I went and picked up. It's got the foam insert. You cut out the shape of your handgun, it fits right in and everything like that. And then you have to make sure you go and buy TSA approved locks for the case so that TSA can get into them, but people can't get into your case. So
now, do you take it on the plane or under the plane?
So it gets checked in with my check bag. So
your carry-on.
It's actually no. My check luggage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your check goes underneath. Okay.
It can't be within arm's reach of me during the flight. So, cool thing is it actually fits in my check bag, so I don't have to like check 2 items. I just check the one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Real Truth wants to know about chamber flags. What's chamber flags?
What do you mean by what about chamber flags? You can put some context behind that for me. How do I feel about chamber flags? When are they used? I mean they're good at the range, I guess. I mean, a lot of ranges make you have a chamber flag so that they know that your pistol's clear when you lay it down. So people go and hang targets and stuff like that. But if you have layovers in certain states and you have to go back through security there to switch planes, they will confiscate it. God, I hope not. They should just transfer it over from flight to flight. I have a layover in Denver tomorrow, and they're just going to move my luggage from one plane to the other. So
that's Will texting me. He's messaging you, messaging Josh in chat, and now he's messaging me. But he's got that baby so it can come on the screen. I bet it's killing him.
Ooh, that's a good one. So, yeah, I do have thoughts on Remington. The minute they started just producing firearms without any quality control was their downfall. They had horrible management, and
Kelly.
they just ran their company into the ground. They ran a very good name in the gun manufacturing business into the ground, and that is absolutely horrible. But yeah, they're bankrupt, and I don't know what they're doing now. I'll have to look into it. Maybe I'll do a video on that as well.
Cool.
Thank you, J-Stone. Oh, this is going to be interesting tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes well, because I don't want to lose this firearm. God, it took forever to get it back. So this one is not the gun that I purchased a long time ago. This was a replacement because my firearm was stolen in Corpus Christi.
Oh.
My brother was sending my handgun back up to me. It was the carry version of that handgun, and the FFL let it get stolen out of the back. They left the counter unattended or something like that with the person in there, and the person just happened to be a felon already, and went back there and took my handgun out of the case, out of their shipping desk or whatever. And yeah, he got away, but they caught him on camera, and now he's doing 30 years. The ATF got him. So,
oh my gosh,
they weren't able to recover my handgun. So the FFL replaced my handgun free.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Long
awesome.
story, man.
30 years,
forever.
Jiminy Christmas.
Well, so he went in there and stole a firearm, which was already, that's federal time. He was a felon, and he went and shot at their range. So he discharged a firearm at their range. So that's even more federal time. And then that violated his parole. And so, yeah. They got him.
He's on parole. What a dummy. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. He was going to be a repeat offender anyway. You know, some of them can't make it out in the real world once they get so far gone. They just can't do it.
Magic, if I have time and you're down in Corpus, I'd love to take you over to the range and show you more about guns and stuff like that. Like Josh Connor said, I'm a firearms instructor.
Well, can I show a picture of the baby? He's just sent me a picture, said they're buying right now. Can I show a picture of your grandbaby, Will? You still listening? Not the one you just sent me, one earlier. There's too many people in that one. Just you and the baby. Everybody's already seen you. What?
Sid's dad just put in the chat, said, typical American, sorry for the news. It is snowing again in Denver, so for your layover.
Oh,
hopefully
no.
It doesn't hinder my travels, because I'm already getting into Oregon pretty late. So
I want y'all to look at this little pumpkin. Let me see if I can get the glare off it. Look at that little baby.
Good Lord.
Isn't that precious? It's tiny. So that's why he's not on this screen tonight. I don't blame him. Then he sent me a picture that they're all beside him right now. So while he's messaging everybody, he's got everybody with him. Ain't that precious? Oh, Josh Connor said he had his grandbaby tonight. Okay, I got to be fair. Here's another one.
Check into that.
Can y'all see
All
that?
right.
Trying to get the glare out. Look, what a cutie. What a cutie. Yeah, you think being a daddy's something once you get them grandbabies. Yeah, friend, just a little bitty thing. He wasn't expecting it. It was a surprise. So now, can somebody get Typical Americans link up again for me
Much appreciated.
and see how many subscribers we can get him.
There
now,
is a
I
lot.
know you've got a law enforcement background. Do you have military background too?
I am military and law enforcement.
Okay, I thought so, but I didn't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah,
So,
I'm the Navy's equivalent of military police.
oh, okay. My dad was a MP in the Army.
Oh, really?
And my son is a Marine vet. Yes.
Nice. I love my Marines, and I also
Mm-hmm.
love Army MPs. They do a lot more of the stuff that I wanted to do when I joined the Navy, but I love my job in the Navy. But they just do more of that stuff that I wanted to get into. So
Yeah, I was born a prepper. My daddy said, "You'll be my ballerina, but you'll drive and think like a man." Took me to that range, buddy. Let me tell you, I love telling this story. When my son shot for the first time to get his rank of expert, he did it the first time, and his commanding officer came over and kicked his boot and said, "Boy, he taught you how to shoot." Well, he's from West Virginia, and he just turned around and looked over his shoulder, and he said, "My mother, sir." Our deck's about 20 feet off the ground, and I put a trash can over in the corner of our yard and put in a circle and do them up in a pyramid of little bitty bathroom-sized Dixie cups. And they'd have to stand on that deck until they could start at the top and shoot every one of them, down like I did.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And with a pellet gun. That's the way I taught them. Started them when they were 10 years old, I guess. And so they've been shooting their whole lives. And Derek sent me that letter, and I thought, oh my God, he's from West Virginia. I can just imagine, and I'm not going to offend anybody and think of the picture that, I could just imagine that this officer thought his mother looked like. Well, this was back in 2001. So I was quite a bit younger then and quite a bit thinner, and my hair was real long. And I wasn't bad looking. So the minute I gave my baby hugs and kisses, because I hadn't seen him all through boot camp, I said, "Now you find that officer that asked you and I taught you to shoot. I want him to see what your mama looks like." So help me. I would not lie to y'all. The man took one look and went, he dropped his jaw and was speechless. So I was right. That picture in his head is what he had. And he couldn't believe it. I just told him my Army MP daddy made me learn to shoot when I was I would go to that range and shoot a 410 until my shoulder was bruised all the way around on my back. I had to be able to hit the very dead center of that target over and over and over.
That's awesome.
So I just thought it was important to teach my boys how to shoot.
Absolutely.
And their daddy can't shoot for a hoot. Let me tell you what, I tried to teach him, but he didn't want to listen. He's just pissed because I could outshoot him. Well, one day before I wanted to teach the boys how to do the Dixie cups, I thought, well, I better make sure I can do it myself. And I just like to shoot. So I got out there and lined them all up, and I was out there on the deck, and I was so focused in what I was doing, and shooting those little Dixie cups, and wasn't paying attention. Next thing I hear, "All right, show off," because he'd been shooting at a coffee can and missing. Here I'm shooting them little bitty bathroom Dixie cups.
Yeah. Good Lord. Cheesehead Cowboy had a good. Where out of Washington was he? Because I may have been stationed with him, depending on when he was there. He has a brother-in-law that just finished up his term in Washington in the Navy. I was in Washington last year. So
were you in Silverdale or Bangor?
So I did a tour. I did 5 years on the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier.
Okay.
And then I also did 3 years at the naval station that it used to be stationed at as a police officer in Everett. So
my son was in Silverdale.
Oh, okay.
He was,
my brother was
security forces out there guarding our, Watts.
That was what my brother was doing too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He got out in 2016, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, my son's 39. He's a little older.
Yeah, he got out in 2016, and that's exactly what he was doing.
Oh, Will, love your little heart. Are we going to have to work with you on your mental health?
Oh, good Lord.
Because we know better than that, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Y'all all wave these guns around like you're waving, the rest of us will wave a flag around. I mean, I'll wait, I've got mine. I've got two, one on each end of the house, and some in between, but pistols. So, but I don't wave them around on screen, I've got one that is the ugliest. You know that robin egg blue that the big jewelry company in New York has? I can't think of the name of it. I've got a pistol that the grip is that color. That is the most hideous, ugliest thing you have ever seen in your life. Oh my God. But I got a good deal on it. And
Magic is wanting to get some personal info from me for February. I don't know if you have any of Magic's contact information, but
I didn't even see Magic Prepper in here.
no, it's Magic Angel, the one I was talking about, Texas, meeting down in Texas.
Oh,
if anything, I'll just if you want to put an email in the chat, and I'll take down your email and send you an email.
Well, you might not want to do that. Listen, I've got a bunch of stealth watchers. Email me. Do you know my email? Let me put it in here. And just let me know that your information needs to go to Typical American. Okay.
April, guys. April's going to be huge. So if anybody can make it to this, me, Will, Prescott Caliber Club, Ryan over at Prescott Caliber Club, we're all going to be going to the Wanamaker Gun Show in Tulsa. It's the biggest gun show that I know of. And yeah, we're all going to be there, and it's going to be a huge YouTube event out there. So if you guys can make it out there, I'd love to meet new people. So Tulsa in April 4th, I believe. That's where we're going to be at.
Bones, I see you're still here. Does that mean nothing has dropped yet? But you have two devices. That doesn't mean anything. Well, I hope you've grown. You've got a phone or anything? Can you pull up and see what your sub count is? See if you got any new subs?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Boy, that'd make my night. Okay,
let's
thanks.
See.
Mate.
Yeah, quite a bit actually. So I went from 290 to 315.
Yay! Thank y'all.
No, I really appreciate all of you guys.
Awesome.
For that, and everything like that. Be ready, because coming up here really soon, I'm going to do my vacation at home for the week, and you're not going to really see much content coming out between that period, just because I'm going to be spending time with my daughter and my son. So after that, though, we're going to be doing a lot of videos and a lot of good content's coming up. So just be ready for that.
Good.
Yeah.
All those people that I don't know of yours, you got to tell them to watch video and send them over my way.
Absolutely.
We're going to all help each other grow. I want to see everybody over 3,000. That's my goal for everybody.
Yes.
And then after that, then we'll work over 5,000. Then we'll work,
Let's just go for 9,000. We're over 9,000.
10,000. And then we should be pretty
Somebody will
good.
get that reference later. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 500 miles to Tulsa. April, you say? 550 miles.
April 4th is when we're going to be there. So yes, if you can make it, come on down.
Awesome.
Or up or over, wherever you're at. I don't know.
I've been to Tulsa. I love Tulsa.
Yeah. That's where my daughter's at right now, is Tulsa.
Yep. Stayed in I knew the name of that motel right in town forever. Had the best room service. And then every morning they had a big, huge breakfast buffet. You could order your omelet however you wanted it. Oh my goodness sakes. That was, I can't.
Blessed in a bad life is asking what's going on with the amendments. So as you
Yeah,
probably
we got some
know,
latecomers, so we recap.
as you probably know, the Second Amendment's been under attack for God knows how long, right? And then between the Fourth and the 14th Amendment, those have been attacked just by some of the gun control that's been placed. There's one bill that got put up into the House. I believe that gun control package got shot down. But anyway, they proposed spying, legalizing spying on gun owners and their firearm purchases and their households and stuff like that to make sure that they are good people and to make sure that they're following the law all the time. So first of all, you're not putting cameras in my damn house because I own guns, right? And I'm not going to have the government looking over my shoulder.
Who proposed that?
That was put up in the gun control package that went up to the House a few months ago. Nancy Pelosi's brainchild.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, there were like 5 or 6 bills that got proposed up, and they were going for it. They were trying to. They had the 2019 assault weapons ban up there. They had red flag laws were up there. It is a mess. Now, New York passed red flag laws, and so far they've been going at the state level to try and pass these anti-gun legislation, right? But what they don't realize is that the Constitution is the law of the land, right? So just because you're a state doesn't mean that you can pass something that's against the Constitution. And that's what they're failing to realize. They're passing things that are unconstitutional because they think that they can because they're a state and it has nothing to do with federal. Well, the Constitution isn't federal. The Constitution is the law of the land. That is our way of life.
Yeah, it's the law of the land. You're right. What you started to say. That is the law of the land.
Yeah. And
every decision that is made in a court has to be based upon matching the Constitution.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%.
That's what the Supreme Court's about. Now, they try to change it, but...
Yeah. Bones says shall not be infringed, and I couldn't agree more. I couldn't... 100% that is in the words of the Second Amendment, it shall not be infringed. And I think all of our rights as U.S. citizens should not be infringed. But the Second Amendment guarantees that they won't be infringed.
Bones said he might be out your way eventually, and if he is, he'd like to do a live with you.
Absolutely.
He's a truck driver.
100%.
Yeah, see, I want to bring all of our families together and grow everybody. And, you know, everybody has so much to bring to the table, so much knowledge in different areas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're going to do anything in the world. They do not want us to be able to assemble and to defend ourselves or to organize. Anybody that wants to organize, and we're considered homeland terrorists because we believe in the Constitution, because that Constitution gives us all those rights as American citizens.
100%.
That's why old Pelosi said it was outdated.
Now, I'm not calling our government the Third Reich by any means.
No, I love my country.
But the stuff that they're trying to pass is the same stuff that the Nazi regime passed when Adolf Hitler took office, and they disarmed their people, and you saw what happened.
Several times in history, every time they disarmed the people.
Exactly.
Genocide.
Yep. And so the minute we forget history is the minute we repeat history, and I don't want to see that repeated again.
Yes,
I don't think anybody wants to see
inalienable rights. Yep. Yeah, I'm a bit, I mean, you know, my daddy was a veteran. Yes, sir, I respect my flag 100%. And my Constitution, and I respect what the government is supposed to be. But we've got a group of extreme left that doesn't even represent their own party.
That's the hilarious part, is they've been so focused on trying to get Trump out of office and to try and destroy the rights of the American people, that they've completely left their own political party in the dark.
That's right. Well,
They're
here's
not even
another
taking
thing.
care of their own people. Like, people are sending in legitimate legislative complaints to their senators and everything like that, trying to back certain things, and they're being ignored. We're having people on the far left jumping ship and going over to the Trump administration because they're just forgetting about their own people. They're so busy trying to get illegals to vote for them that they're forgetting about the American citizens that were behind them in the first place, that were voting for them and now aren't going to vote for them because of how insanely left they've gone. It's like they're trying to outdo the other one.
Well,
each left. Go ahead.
Here's a thought I've had that I haven't said on my channel before. I'm not even sure I've said it to anybody. I really, truly believe that Pelosi and all her cronies, AOC and Warren, and
I don't understand how AOC ever got
all of them
to it.
And then the towel head woman, whatever her stupid name is, I can't say it, that married her brother to get him over here. I really, truly believe that all of that is an agenda to keep everyone focused on fighting the left, when really what they're trying to do is slide socialism in.
100%. 100% of what they are trying to do is make socialism a thing in this country.
Yeah.
And what they fail
not
to realize,
about the far left at all. It's about socialism.
They ignore the people that have come from socialist countries that say, you guys don't want this. You guys don't want socialism. It doesn't work, and all it does is create poverty.
Yeah, Omar, the real truth. That's it.
Yeah.
I can't say. How do you say her first name?
I just call her AOC.
No, that's not AOC. Omar is the Muslim chick.
Oh,
not
yeah,
that I care what anybody's religion is, but when you've got a religion that says, because I am not of the Muslim belief, that I am worthy of death, yes, I do have an issue with that. We should have religious freedoms. And that one religion does not believe in religious freedoms. They're over there hacking their women to death, stoning them to death, beating them to death, making them cover up. And yeah, I mean, I'll shut up. Democrats were so eager to only vote Democrat that they voted idiots.
Yeah, 100% they did.
I see. There you go. There you go. That doggone bunch in Virginia, Virginia has turned out to be a real problem. That was one of the 13 original colonies.
Yep.
What was it last year? Full birth abortions.
Yeah.
Now this year,
I couldn't believe that stuff.
Let me tell you, and I had somebody try to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. The heck I didn't. Told me there was no such thing. So I did the research. Full birth abortion, that term was coined in 2012 in Australia by a doctor. And then they picked it up, and then that bunch of idiots in Virginia. You know what? Virginia, it's just too many of those counties are the biggest populated counties are around Washington, around that beltway. But the rest of Virginia is conservative. They're like West Virginia. They don't like that stuff, but they don't have the populace to do anything about it.
You look at any state that votes, that you see any of this gun control being passed in states that you would think were Republican, but then you take a look at
Rip Curl was after birth abortion, not in stage, not the 9th month, after birth.
That's insane.
It was proposed that they did not resuscitate, clean out, do anything to the infant, lay it to the side. If they could tell anything was wrong with it, such as Down syndrome, that the doctor would have an educated conversation with the parents as to whether or not they wanted that child to live in our current society with those issues, or if they were capable of caring for that child And if that child by chance ended up dying while it was laying on the table and the doctor was educating the family, well, so be it, the decision was made. But the parents were, if that had passed, it went before Congress or the state legislators in Virginia and frickin' New York, that they could decide to not let that baby live after frickin' full birth, cutting the umbilical cord and everything. That's what those two pieces of legislation, or two states, had up for vote. After birth abortion, not full term. And that is, you let the head out, but not the shoulders. It's not considered a birth if you keep the shoulders in the birth canal. And at that point that the head's out, they snip the spinal cord or run something up the baby's brain and ruin the brain. That is the full birth abortion. And then once they've killed that baby, then they can let the shoulders out. It's considered okay. That's the full birth. I'm talking, they were trying to pass after birth. And old Hillary Clinton was 100%. She said, I have to back Roe versus Wade. She agreed with full birth abortions or late term abortions. Yes, she did.
That is insane. Yeah, it's murder any way you look at it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, let me tell you what, you let somebody shoot a pregnant woman and that woman and that baby die, what are they charged with? Double homicide. How can they be charged with double homicide if that is not a life when it comes to abortion? That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, before I piss somebody off. But now the after birth or the full birth, the head's out, not the shoulders. Yeah, I can't, no. Nope. Now, I don't care to piss somebody off over those two. The rest of it, I'm just going to leave it alone. Those two, if you're for that, then you're not a patriot.
I'm just, I'm a firm believer that our Constitution is there for a reason. And a lot of the stuff that they're trying to implement is stuff that we got away from in England when we decided to leave England and come start this great country. And now they're trying to re-implement those things here.
Well, one of the things,
and not only that,
a lot of those framers were making trips back to England. And I started getting my political science degree. And some of the letters that our framers wrote absolutely rocked my world to the point that I let that go and just finished, my psychology degree.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the framers wrote that no matter what we do with this, we want to give the citizens the illusion that they have some type of control when in actuality they really, really don't. And that's what it's all about in some of their letters to each other. So all of our framers were not on the up and up. That's why they fought amongst themselves.
Yeah.
So
I just know that the Constitution lays out our rights.
It does.
And that those should not be messed with. Those are our given rights as Americans, and they should not be messed with 100%.
And I think that bunch in Washington should be fired. Well, Nancy Pelosi, if she said she should be fired for saying that, that should be considered treason.
It is.
It should be considered treason that she said our Constitution is outdated and should be done away with. That's treason.
Nobody wants to be the first one that hangs a congresswoman, or she's the Speaker of the House, but nobody wants to hang the Speaker of the House over treason because nobody has the cojones to do it these days.
Well, that's not all the issue. I learned lessons from our old crooked Robert Byrd from this state. She's got dirt on every one of them up there. That's why, because they said they weren't going to make her Speaker. By golly, 2 seconds later, they sure did. She's got dirt on every one of them. Well, if they weren't dirty, nobody could have dirt on them. Our Joe Manchin, he was a good governor. He wasn't in Washington 6 months, crooked as the rest of them. Well, they have on him already.
Rip, that's 100% correct.
What did Rip Curl say?
There's a reason why they enacted the Bill of Rights. Constitution. because they knew how easy it was for government to become corrupt, right? Which is why the people have the power to control the government to keep that from happening. But nowadays, it's like people don't understand that they have the power to be able to change this stuff, but they don't. They're too lazy to do it. They don't look at things and be like, oh man, if all of us come together and are like, hey, this shit's wrong, or this shit's unconstitutional, the government can't do anything about that.
Yeah. That's true.
People are too afraid of them, and they rely too heavily on the government now.
Well, the political correctness, and everybody's afraid they're going to upset somebody.
Yeah.
And that political correctness has shut everybody up so they can run over all of us and take our constitutional rights away from us. So, well, listen, it is, I know we started a little after 10, but it's almost midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Tina, amen. So, I know you got a long day tomorrow.
I do. I have a very, very long day tomorrow.
So, anybody that is new popping in that is not subscribed to Typical American, I want y'all to jump over. We're trying to expand our family. We've got Will and Josh Connor's been with us forever and kept these guys a secret from me. But we know him now. And then we've got Southern Ohio Prepper. He does a really good job. And I'm still learning everybody's names, but I'm going to be sharing them with y'all. I want us to help them grow.
Appreciate that.
And then they've got new people, and they'll help us grow. We're expanding our families. They've all got different topics, just like all of our group that we've been with from the beginning of me in June. We all have different topics. Well, these guys have different topics too. So we want to expand. And I wouldn't have known about Nancy Pelosi and her saying that if it hadn't been for Typical American. I bet you most of the rest of you, we've got lazy and wait on our YouTube favorites to find everything and let us know what it is. So, but I appreciate you coming on, and you're welcome on anytime. I'm going to get old Will on here next week, and then see if old Josh has a topic he wants to talk about, and then I'll do a panel with y'all. That'd be awesome.
Thanks, Rip. I appreciate that.
See if even Southern Ohio Prepper. Now, he comes from, where's he come from? He's not Michigan. Is that where he's originally from? I think he said.
I only met him that one time when we were all on together.
Okay.
On Will's page.
Yeah, I watched his show Wednesday night. He had a live with, I forget who it was with. So, but listen, I just think you're just as awesome as you can be. I appreciate you jumping in covering for Will, but I was going to ask Will how to get a hold of you and ask you if you'd come on next week, since I had planned on Will for this week. So I was thrilled to death when he said you were willing to come on.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
And then I do a Sassy Sunday where I bring people on and we can talk about now Central Florida Preppers. He's wanting to get into Pelosi and AOC and Omar and Warren and all of them. So if you want to jump in on that panel when we do that,
yes, ma'am.
I may even do that this Sunday. But since I have my grandbaby, it'd be like a 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central. But you're going to be out of town this Sunday, aren't you?
Yes, I will be gone.
Okay.
However, I'll have internet access. So, I mean, if it comes up and I have time,
you're visiting. I need to do my Jax that starts with a V video. I need to get into that, do part 2, and that's all I'm doing of that topic.
Okay.
I've got some real good stuff I was only going to do the one, but I had somebody send me like 28 emails and I just couldn't ignore them. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably get that out of the way Sunday before these changes come, the 10th of December. And then when you're back, let me know. And I'll put you on the panel with those guys, because I think that's going to be a real sassy Sunday. Listen to what everybody has to say about those women. if you can call them that. So,
All right.
but thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you. We love you. And I'm so glad we got you that many. And, you know, there's some people
greatly
missing
appreciate
tonight.
that.
You know, people, it's Thanksgiving week, so they're visiting with family. And I noticed some new names. I think they come over with you. And so we'll keep growing. We'll keep working on it. And we'll keep sharing
Absolutely, 100%.
information. But thank you so much. You're a
Thank you for
sweetheart.
having me on.
You're welcome anytime. So maybe
See you
Sunday
later,
after
everybody.
next, Sassy Sunday.
Yes.
All right, honey. Bye-bye.
All right.
Isn't he something? Oh, I'm glad so many of you went over. And, oh, you leaving Will? Your buddy's gone, so you're leaving me? I see how it is, Will. Yeah. I see how it is. No, I'm getting ready to shut it down. I'm playing with you. But, yeah, I like this sassy bunch, let me tell you. So, well, I'm going to, Overbuild Automotive. How are you, honey? I didn't see you in there. It's hard for me to think and keep my thoughts going. Well, thank you, Kimmy. Appreciate that. But yeah, he's just new, just getting started, young. That's another next generation. You know, if something happens to this platform, he'll find a platform. He'll get his word out. Oh, yeah, I'm going to leave. I am. I'm going to leave in just a second. I just wanted to say hello and then goodbye to everybody. See, I thought you was leaving. We all need to be on a panel at least once a week. Yeah, we can do Sassy Sunday, a panel. I had tried to plan that with the Central Florida Prepper, and then I wasn't well. I had to miss 2 Sundays. But yeah, we can make Sassy Sunday a panel if you guys want to. Only thing is, with my grandbaby, I have to do it. If we want a couple of hours, I'll have to do it at least by 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Can y'all do a 5 o'clock panel on Sunday? Either 5 o'clock or midnight. But when I get that grandbaby, I never know. Lord, that child was up. His mommy gave him a bunch of sugar and let him have a nap. He was up to 4 o'clock in the morning one night. So I'm not ever sure. SD Mountain Man, hi there. How are you? Good to see ya. So I never know what time he's going to sleep, and I can't get his daddy to switch the night. So we could if y'all want to, because I really, to be honest with you, I felt bad, and I haven't gone through all those emails that I was sent on the Jacks, you know, injection masks for kids. So hey, bit crazy. We can do it. Our guest won't be, well, he said he would have accessibility. I don't want him to take 2 hours away from family, though, because that'd probably be 2 o'clock in the afternoon for him. But yeah, y'all, if y'all want to do that and talk about those women, I can let Central Florida Prepper know, see if he's available, because he's the one that, you know, he definitely wants to be a part of it. We don't want to leave him out. Don't want to leave nobody out. Maybe Will be available. You'll have to get with him, Josh, and see. So anyway, I am so appreciative of y'all. Had a good turnout for Typical American. I appreciate that. He got a lot of subs. I really appreciate that. And I'm really, really proud. Oops, I couldn't see me. Really, really proud. I have noticed my little saying is catching on and catching other creators saying it. And tonight on Central Florida Prepper, saw somebody type it in chat. So my little ending is getting quite popular. So I'm proud of that. And I appreciate the compliment that everybody has taken and run with it. But it's true. To never be scared, just be prepared. If you're prepared for any situation, you don't have to be scared. You know, you practice. What you prep, you practice. Buy only the food you eat. Don't buy a bunch of junk you're not going to eat or like or get bored with. Snazz it up. Make sure you got plenty of stuff. We need to go over some more prepping too. But that little saying is making its rounds. I'm real thrilled with that. But it's true. Never be scared. Just be prepared. Always remember, share the love of God, and the truth will come. Always remember to pray before you post, go live, please. And never, ever, ever, ever forget how much I love and appreciate each and every one of you. So until Sunday night, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll see y'all then. I'll see you in live chat sometime or another, though, this weekend. But I love you. Thanks for coming and watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Appreciate it so much. Bye-bye.